What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. This is the GSMC Dead Ball Podcast. What's going on, everybody? This show is powered by the GSMC Podcast Network. My name is Roberto Ramirez, and you can call me Philly Rob, a.k.a. Papi Chulo. Ya tu sabes, the sports papi. You already know. Philadelphia in the building, papi. What's going on, everybody? Hopefully everybody's doing great. Welcome to the show. I got a decent show for you guys. I got a great show for you guys. I got something hot. I know you guys are gonna love my show today. I want to preview a little bit of week 3 in our first segment of the NFL. There's some key matchups and some important matchups here and there that I would love to discuss and see what's going on. I want to hear what you guys have to say in the comments. Also, in our second segment, I'm going to be talking a little bit about combat sports. I want to talk about boxing, what Canelo fought this past weekend against Berlanga, Puerto Rico versus Mexico. What a great matchup. It's always a very entertaining one when it comes to boxing. Also, Noche UFC live from the Sphere in Las Vegas. Wow. I don't know if you guys saw that, but that was one hell of a show. That stage was amazing. It was a beautiful watch. On Saturday night, I had 2 TVs. I had the TV and I had a mini TV on the side, and it was great. I watched both events at the same time, baby. It was amazing. That was great. What a hell of a show. Shout out to Dana White for doing that. That was amazing. I think we need more combat sports inside the Sphere. What do you guys think? All right. Let's see what happens. Also, please follow us on social media. You can follow us on TikTok. You can follow us on Twitch. You can follow us on Facebook. You can follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Tumblr, Snapchat, LinkedIn, Pinterest, GSMC Sports Network. And if you want to follow us on X/Twitter, it's GSMC Sports Net. Don't forget that. Also, very important, don't forget, like, subscribe, share, donate. Whatever you guys can do, I will greatly appreciate. We're always very thankful to our fans. And also, if you get in there in the super chat, we will showcase your comment on this show. Get on that super chat. You want to be on this show? You want to be a part of this show? You want to come in, bring a little bit of heat? You want to be, you know what I mean? You want me to feature your comment out here on this video? Get on that super chat, baby. Donate. Put that money out there. Talk with Money Talks. You know what I mean? Do it for do it, baby. A lot of people out there doing it. You can do it as well. Whatever you can give, we will always thank that. You know what I mean? But like I said, week 3 of the NFL is gonna be interesting. That's gonna be in our first segment. Second segment, we're gonna talk a little bit about combat sports, what happened last weekend, and what's gonna happen in boxing this weekend. There's a couple very important fights coming up. So we'll love to get into that with you guys. Also, like I said, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, spread the word. You know what I mean? Let people know that this new show needs to blow up, baby. You know what I mean? If there's any questions, any comment in there, man. I go through every single comment in that comment box, in the comment section. I want to read what you guys have to say. I want to see if you guys agree with me. If you don't, if you think I suck, if you think I'm great on camera, who knows? You know what I mean? I want to hear everything, baby. You know what I mean? Your input is everything into us. Don't leave. Go ahead, leave a comment. Any suggestion for the show, any topic that you want me to cover, I will do it. I'm a man of the people. You know what I mean? You tell me what you want, I'll give it to you. You know what I mean? I'll address everything during the week. You know what I mean? And also, super chat, like I said, coming back, donate, baby. Where's my finger? There it is. Yep, wrong way. Bah. Baby, get in there. Donate, like, subscribe, whatever you can do to help the show grow. We will always appreciate that. You know what I mean? So go ahead, man. You know what to do. Let's get started with week 1 of the NFL, week 3 of the NFL. Very interesting. A couple really key matchups coming up. And I think the most important matchup right now It's not it's not what the matchup that everybody think it is. San Francisco and LA. Because that's a must win for LA. If LA wants to do anything, LA 425 live on Fox. If they want to salvage the season, the LA Rams are 0-2 going against the Niners, who are 1-1. Interesting. Sunday night, this is the matchup that I really want to see. The Chiefs and the Falcons playing in Atlanta. That's a very interesting matchup right there. Yeah, listen, Kirk Cousins looked like the vintage DC Kirk Cousins. Like, you like that? You like that? That Kirk Cousins. I mean, let's face it, the Philadelphia Eagles didn't look too good. That defense, especially that secondary, has forgotten how to tackle. Something that I thought Vic Fangio would take care of, but apparently that's not the case. Now, with that being said, coming back to the game, Kirk Cousins at home. The Falcons are a very dangerous team, and I think they kind of clicked last weekend against the Eagles. If they can keep that going against the Chiefs, I think, this is my prediction, Atlanta's going to win by a field goal. It's going to be 27-24. Judon is going to be lethal in that defensive line for Atlanta. He really will be. That guy is a beast. There's a reason why they made that trade with New England to get him. He's going to create havoc. The havoc that the Eagles were supposed to do last weekend, Judon will make it happen in Atlanta. Cousins is good. I mean, talking about Judon coming after Mahomes, of course. Mahomes is somewhat of a mobile quarterback, but this is a road game. This is a road game. I think the Atlanta fans are going to show up. Arthur Blank will be in the Hall of Fame. Apparently, there's free food, free drinks at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta for everyone. So, the house is going to be packed. Free food, drinks, because the owner of the team going to the Hall of Fame. Wow. Talking about a matchup. Another interesting matchup. The 1-1 Cardinals and the 1-1 Detroit Lions. Cardinals at home, Lions on the road. What is going on? That is a very interesting matchup. Kyler Murray looked really good last week. He looked exciting. It's funny because he literally looks like you ever, I don't know if, I don't have children, but I have a ton of baby cousins. But people who have children, people who are around children, when a kid grabs something that he's not supposed to grab, and he scrambles around the house, and you're behind him. That's how he looks like when he's running away from the defense. In some way, somehow, he always finds a receiver. Then he works that little Russell Wilson magic. You know what I mean? Russell Wilson has that slickness to him. You couldn't tackle him. He's kind of like that. He's like a watered-down version of prime Russell Wilson. And, that's going to be a very interesting matchup. Another matchup that this is a must-win basically for both teams. Maybe more for the Ravens. Ravens at Cowboys. Oh my God, another marquee matchup. 4:30 live on Fox from Cowboys Stadium in Stink, Dallas. I'm sorry, I will never give the Cowboys any love, but they look really good in week 1, and the Saints pretty much embarrassed them last week. So with the Ravens at 0-2, they're going to come in clawing and fighting for every single yard. Look, I know I hate the Cowboys, but I just don't see, after the Cowboys laying an egg. I think they laid an egg last week, and one of the reasons why is, if you can run on the Cowboys, you can run on that Cowboy defense, it sets everything up for your offense. You know what I mean? So I think it's not going to be a blowout, but I would say 34-31, last second field goal Tucker automatic for Baltimore. It's going to be a really interesting game. It's going to be a nasty game, but it's going to be kind of like a shootout in the second half. I believe that both teams are just not going to do very much in the first two quarters, and then they'll make the right adjustments, especially Harbaugh, one hell of a coach. He'll figure it out, and they'll score on each other a lot, 27-24, something like that. I just don't see Baltimore at 0-3. I really don't. And if the Cowboys lose, that doesn't mean that they're dead in the water, because it's not looking really good for the division right now. The NFC East is not looking very sharp, to say the least. You know what I mean? Another good matchup we got going on, and this is a game that is very interesting, and you would have never thought that this matchup will be interesting, you know, starting the season. The Denver Broncos at 0-2 with Bo Nix. And this is the reason why I want to talk about this matchup, because if I'm not mistaken, all the rookies drafted this offseason, all of them have not scored a touchdown. Bo Nix, I'm talking about Caleb Williams, none of the rookies drafted have scored an offensive touchdown, like a pass. None of them. I believe that these guys should have at least 1 to 2 years behind a real quarterback. And when I mean real, like an experienced quarterback, they should be, you know, in the sidelines. They should be taking notes. They should have that notebook. Give me that. Man. Taking notes. Like what Aaron Rodgers did. And Love. Jordan Love did that for a couple of years. But that's a very interesting stat that I just read from ESPN.com. None of the rookies that are starting have scored a passing touchdown this season. And I think the reason why this game is so interesting, I think Tampa Bay is going to lay an egg. They're going to come in, they're going to overlook the Broncos, and Bo Nix is going to have a field day. I know that the Bucs defense is really decent. I think the Bucs are gonna look over Denver, and Denver, Bo Nix is I think this is gonna be the Bo Nix game. The guy is good. There's no reason why he was drafted where he was drafted. The guy can play. He showed it at Oregon. I think things are gonna click a little bit more. On the road, you got nothing to lose. You're going to go at everyone. You know what I mean? I just don't see Tampa Bay taking this game seriously. You know what I mean? And say what you want, bash me. That's going to be the upset of the week. I'm telling you right now, that's going to be the upset of the week. You know what I mean? Baker Mayfield has looked great. He does have a history of overlooking opponents. I'm just saying. I think he's going to low-key overlook Denver. Denver still has a pretty good defense. He's going to get comfortable. He's going to throw into double coverage somehow. Even though Baker has matured, like his maturity on the field look at the product. Look at the product. And that tells you everything you need to know. You know what I mean? He's been pretty good. Now, I just don't see them rolling over. I just don't see this team at 3-0. I really don't see this Bucs team at 3-0. And I feel like Denver has nothing to lose. They're on the road. Whatever. They're going to come out, and they're going to come out swinging. I'm telling y'all. Take notes. You know what I mean? The 2-0 Texans against the 2-0 Vikings. Wow. Interesting. I mean, what is there to say? The Vikings have a lot of weapons. You know what I mean? One thing I want to talk about, right now, with Justin Jefferson, you know what I mean? But the real story here is Sam Darnold. You know what I mean? Sam, I don't think he can be that quarterback, that everyday full season quarterback. But he can definitely show up when the team needs it. He can be that little Band-Aid, make it okay. For this game, I think I'm going to pick. That's a tough one. But you know what? Texans is going to win it. And the reason why Texans are going to win it, CJ Stroud was the only rookie that they plugged in right away and was good. I mean, think about it. Rookies tend to struggle. And let's face it, the Texans got weapons, all that. Cool. They added Diggs, tremendous wide receiver this season. But CJ Stroud has that ick factor. And I believe he's going to come out and it's going to be ugly. I say 34-17 Texans. I don't mind saying that. They're not the Cowboys. It's all good. You know what I mean? But hey, stick around. Got another segment coming up soon. Well, coming up right now. We'll be right back. Let me go to this break. We'll talk about UFC, boxing, combat sports, baby. I'll be right back.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown. Get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town.
How is everybody doing? Welcome back to the show. Segment 2. Let's talk about combat sports, baby. Let's give it to me. Give it to me. Them fight. I want to see them fight. Yo, what an amazing show. Shout out to Dana White again. The UFC live from the Sphere. Tremendous show, man. Shout out Dana White, the graphics producers, the video people, the stage. Unbelievable. What a show. And I want to talk about the main card here because it was a long card, but it was a very entertaining one. Brian Ortega defeated, lost to Diego Lopez, man, in the featherweight division of the UFC. What a great fight. Diego Lopez, 26-6-0. Brian Ortega falls to 16-4-0. Very interesting match. Lopes looked really good. He looked crafty. It's like the old crafty Diego Lopes. It was a decision, but I thought it was not he didn't dominate, but he did enough to win, and he looked good. He looked really good. He looked like he's ready to take on. Ooh, you know what? I want you guys to leave in the comments who should Diego Lopez fight next in the featherweight division of the UFC. I want to hear what you guys have to say about that. Let me know what you think. Who should fight? can't speak today. Who should he face next? You know what I mean? And also for the women's flyweight title, UFC flyweight title, Alexa Grasso. My goodness. Valentina Shevchenko. Valentina won. And she looked really good. She literally, that was pure domination. She took her to the ground and she dominated side position on top. Almost, I know Grasso tried to go for a few triangle chokes. It's just Valentina is so strong. She was able to get out of many dangerous situations. Not only that, got back up on her feet, put her back on the ground. Ground and pound all day. And Grasso just could not get off the canvas. It was that bad. She didn't look very good. And Valentina Shevchenko showing why she's a world-class fighter. I knew she would win this fight. I didn't even think she would dominate like that. You know what I mean? I have no idea. Now her record, Valentina 24-4-1. And sadly for Alexa Grasso, 16-4-1, the former champ. Valentina dominated the fight so much. I just don't see a third fight in the future. It looked like this is it. It was that much of a dominating. It was that much of a domination of a performance by Valentina Shevchenko. And also, talking about dominance here, the main fight of the card, of course, Merab Dvalishvili. I butchered his name, but yeah, Dvalishvili. I'm just gonna call him Merab. All right, you know what I'm talking about. Facing the former champ Sean O'Malley. Man, that was kind of rough to watch because I never seen Sean being dominated like that. That was a very dominating performance by Merab. He looked really good in all 5 rounds. I think in the 4th and 5th, you saw a little bit of life out of Sean O'Malley. But Merab is such a crafty guy, and he's shorter, so he fights a lot more compact. So he's able to get around the counter punches that, Sean O'Malley was trying to do. Put him to the ground, a lot of ground and pound, and whenever Sean had a few combinations stick, Merab took that away immediately. He has great movement in the ring, great leg work in the canvas. That was a great performance by Merab. I don't really think I want to hear from you guys in the comments. Who can challenge him in the bantamweight division? The bantamweight division got a couple cats that are, that might be one of the best divisions in the UFC. But as of right now, I think Merab might be the class of the division, not by a lot. I think there will be a rematch, even though, Sean didn't look very good. But still, this is only Sean O'Malley's second loss. He falls to a record of 18-2-0. And Merab is 18-4-0. So, I think that the rematch might happen. I think Sean might have a little bit of a tune-up fight coming soon, just to make sure he has a little bit of confidence. I think the fight might happen next May. Hopefully, I would love to see that because I think Sean will go back to the drawing board, and he will go all right, let's see what else can I do for my next fight. So let's talk a little bit about boxing. Canelo, my goodness, man. Canelo against Berlanga. I didn't think. I want to talk about the whole card. You know what I mean? Jonathan Lopez defeated Richard Medina for super in the superweight division. Roman Villa against Ricardo Salas. That was a no contest, apparently. You know what I mean? They didn't even air it. I was like, oh, all right. Stephen Fulton defeated Carlos Castro via the unanimous decision in the featherweight division. Rolly Romero. Now we're speaking names. Defeated Manuel James by decision in the super lightweight division. Caleb Plant defeated Trevor McCumbee, and Caleb looked really good and really sharp. Caleb Plant is still a problem in the super middleweight division. That fight was for the super middleweight WBA title, the interim title. Hopefully Caleb gets a title shot for a real title soon. He looked really sharp. He looked strong. He looked crafty as always. He looked very smart in the ring. Avoided getting on the ropes at all times. Dictated the fight. And won by technical knockout in the 9th round. But this fight hurts me. You know, I know you guys, you know, I'm a Philadelphia guy. Man, my boy Danny Garcia, former world champion. My man, he showed so much rust in that ring. Erislandy Lara, the 41-year-old Erislandy Lara. My goodness, man. I know Erislandy Lara got pillow hands. He's still sharp. Like, he can shoulder roll. He can avoid punches. He's a very careful fighter. It's more of a defensive fighter. Will make you look stupid. But, man, did he make my man Danny Garcia look stupid with a TKO in the 9th round for the WBA middleweight title. Erislandy Lara, the oldest title holder at 41. Wow, that's interesting. That's very interesting. And let's talk about the big fight. Canelo Alvarez defeated Edgar Berlanga via unanimous decision for the WBA, WBC, WBO, Ring Magazine, super middleweight titles. I'm gonna give my opinion on this fight. Canelo looked like the old Canelo, same old Canelo. Canelo, it's like a good old Coca-Cola. You know what you're gonna get every single time. Maybe if you go to McDonald's, you get that. I don't know. There's something about that Coca-Cola from McDonald's that hit different. But you know what you're getting with Canelo. No one really knew what we were getting with Edgar Berlanga. He looked really good on the ring. I think if he would have stopped all the crap talk, he talked a little bit too much. Look, he didn't win many rounds here, let's face it. But he was very close. He was very sharp. He didn't look stupid. And on top of that, he didn't get embarrassed. He was not embarrassed. I thought it was going to be an embarrassment. I thought Canelo would break him down and he would knock him out in the 10th. Berlanga looked really good. The only moment where, like, it's in the 3rd round when Canelo... one thing about Berlanga, he gets comfortable, so he drops his hand. And, of course, Canelo came in with a left in the 3rd round, put him down in the canvas. The reaction from Berlanga was, man, what the hell, man? You got me good. Hand was down. Bah! Right off the counter. So it was just a left hook to the chin. Go down in the canvas. That was the only embarrassing moment you can say for Berlanga. Berlanga's still a very young fighter. I think this is one of the reasons why Canelo chose to do this fight in such a short notice too. Like, I don't think both of the camps were as long as they needed them to be. But Berlanga came in with a plan, stuck to the plan, and performed pretty damn decent. I thought that was a very decent fight from him. I think if he would have concentrated a little bit more on the fight and not talk and not taunt Canelo, I love the sportsmanship after the fight. It's like he hugged him and told him, "You're my hero. You are my idol. Thank you for this fight." That's great sportsmanship, from both of them. That they hugged it out. It was all love at the end of the day. So, Canelo still dominated, man. Hopefully he fight Benavidez next. I don't think it's going to happen. He's been avoiding Benavidez. Benavidez is pretty much moving on. I don't think that fight is going to happen. We'll see who Canelo chooses to fight next. Now, this weekend, September 21st, live from London, Daniel Dubois fighting Anthony Joshua for the vacant IBF heavyweight title. Finally, man. Your boy Anthony Joshua trying to get, at least one title back. You know what I mean? Daniel Dubois is a really good fighter. Very heavy-handed. He can get you, and whenever he can get you, let's say he gets you right here or right here in this part of the chin, there's no hair coming back. Yeah, he's going to shave you, and there'll be no hair growing back because he punches heavy. Problem is, Joshua does too, and Joshua is a big boy. Joshua is a big boy. You know what I mean? So let's see what happens. Joshua currently at 28-3 with 25 knockouts. Daniel Dubois 21-2 with 20 knockouts. That's a lot of knockouts between both of them. So that's going to be very interesting to watch. Like I said, please do not forget, like, subscribe, show us some love, baby. The GSMC Dead Ball Podcast. We here, baby. Hey, show me some love in the super chat. I want to feature your comments. And if you don't want to pay, you know what? It's all good. Leave a comment anyway. I go through all of them. I want to hear what you have to say. Donate, tip, whatever you can do. Show some love to the GSMC Podcast Network. We always show some love back. You can also, like I said, follow us on TikTok, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter X, Tumblr, Snapchat, LinkedIn, Pinterest, you name it. You know what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of the show. Thanks. If you make it all the way to this part of the show, I will forever thank you. You guys are awesome. I would like to thank everyone. And you know what? I'll see you guys tomorrow. I got another show for you guys. So you know what? See you tomorrow. See you guys mañana. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. This was the GSMC Dead Ball Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Dead Ball GSMC Podcast Network. See you guys. Take care.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to